Exclusively on Blu-ray.
Let's take a look at an important tool that sophisticated nations use to precisely synchronize essential operations all around the world. It's called Zulu time. Let me give an exciting example of a Zulu synchronized special operation, discuss the format of Zulu time, its uses, and at the end of the video, I will explain how you can benefit from synchronizing your time management. Imagine the *1 terrorist bad guy building a dirty bomb in his house.
Is that the lioness guy again? Why is he in everything?
Somewhere in northern Africa. This is time zone 1. The Marine Raider team that will capture him late tonight is staged at an airport in a neighboring country. This is time zone 2. The B-2 providing close air support flies out of an Air Force base in Qatar. This is time zone 3. The refueling plane flies out of Ramstein, Germany. This is time zone 4. The unmanned aerial vehicle is being flown from an undisclosed location in Western America. This is time zone 5. And the command center is in Washington, D.C., time zone 6. There are a lot of moving parts to go capture this terrorist bad guy. Imagine what would happen if just one participant showed up an hour late because they accidentally forgot to readjust their watch to the right time zone. And this is why all important military operations use a standardized time zone, and it's called Zulu time. The world is broken into several time zones, and the dateline is in Greenwich, England, also called Greenwich Mean Time. This time zone is also called Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC. English speakers proposed CUT, the French proposed Temps Universel Cordon, and we compromised on Coordinated Universal Time, but abbreviated UTC. In the military, we just call it Zulu time. It's important to note that Zulu never changes or moves because of daylight savings. There are plus 14 time zones before or east of Zulu, and negative 12 time zones or west after Zulu. The military gives a name to each of these time zones. These names are in alphabetical order, in accordance with the NATO alphabet. I've already made a simple video about the NATO alphabet, so please check it out if you want to learn more. You guys know I'm a chow hound, so let's talk about time zones as a reflection of food. Alpha is Zulu time plus 1. This is Paris. Bravo is Zulu plus 2. This is Greece. Charlie is Zulu plus 3. This is Turkey. Delta is Zulu plus 4. UAE. And so forth. The time zones continue until it goes back to Zulu.
Then just use time zones.
Interestingly enough, California is uniform, or Zulu minus 8.
Fuck.
Texas is Tango, or Zulu minus 7. And New York is Romeo, or Zulu minus 5. Please note that Juliet time zone is skipped. Oftentimes in the military, we say that where you are located on the ground, the local time is Juliet time. As in, let's get chow tonight at 1800 Juliet. In the military, we always use Juliet or local time when doing our day-to-day business. But when we are doing sophisticated collective training or real-world operations, we synchronize our watches and clocks and use only Zulu time. It sounds kind of funny, but for most of my time deployed to a war zone, I set my watch on Zulu time. You get used to it quickly and it alleviates confusion. Meetings are scheduled in Zulu time. Chow was served in Zulu time, and operations were scheduled in Zulu time. The biggest takeaway here is if your operation is important, you must ensure that the team is synchronized and everything happens on time. Far too often these days, people are not on time. They are late for meetings, or they miss a deadline, or they don't show up for an appointment on time. And this is rude and disrespectful. Every single person I know over 15 has a cell phone, which has a clock and an alarm. I highly recommend that you use it to ensure that your team is synchronized and on time. Discipline those who are late and hold them accountable for their rudeness. Okay, there you have it. A quick summary of Zulu time. If the military, during elaborate, no-fail operations.
I am fashionably late, alright? It's not rude, just how it is with us God gamers. Hey, Angel, Zin, thank you for tier 2. Kuro, Oru, Art.